So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah.
It's great for the community because you now have meeting neighbors that they've been living next to each other for 3 years and have never like talked, right?
Right.
And
So
now
true.
they're at this food truck.
Yeah. It's so true because there's a lot of neighbors I would literally never meet.
Yeah.
I like see them when I take out my
Yeah,
trash.
he's right.
But the only times I actually met them was like at a block party.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're creating a block party for every house like this.
And who doesn't like ice cream?
Exactly. Exactly.
So let's
Do
talk.
you post the locations online?
Oh, yes. We have them on our website. So here's your plug, troychase.com. You can find where we're at every week. So yeah, it's
some ice cream.
yes.
So I'm picking up another theme on there's a commitment. There's a commitment to knocking on 200 doors a day at the beginning to to close 102 families 2 years later. There's a commitment to community, right? There's a commitment to, all right, we're gonna do an open house and we're gonna keep this theme of the ice cream truck, right? Because you decided ice cream truck was the thing that you landed on. You had mentioned that. Talk to me about the commitment to the ice cream truck, because I think that's a big part of saying, hey, we're in 100% in this idea, right? Because I think we have to be if we're going to do something. So maybe talk about that, because I think it's really important.
It's super important because it's kind of what shaped this whole thing, right? We tried different food trucks at the start, and one of the issues we ran into, and everybody knows this that's ever like had a food truck come to an event, is you have to have like a head count and have a pretty specific idea of like how many people are going to show up, because they don't want to waste food, right? Well, a lot of times, and those trucks are expensive.
Yeah.
Like if you had a dud, right, of an open house like that, that's rough, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to hurt other people's business.
Right.
Yeah.
So the nice thing is that with Cool Cow Creamery is who we use for our food truck. First of all, they've already got the ice cream made. So all they do is show up, and however many people show up is how many scoops you got.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the cool thing is that we kind of started out together. They came out maybe a few months before we did. And we've kind of grown our business together. So one of the first times that I met them through the gym that I worked out with. So talking about community, right?
Yeah.
This is all connected. So there's an event at the gym. Meet these guys that had this really cool handcrafted ice cream. I'm like, this is neat. I'm not even in real estate yet, mind you. I get into real estate. One of the first events that we hold for the community is we have the pool. It's like summertime, they do a movie at the pool thing.
Yeah.
And so we piggybacked on it, and we had Cool Cow come out and do that for the neighborhood. And it was great. Like, it just went really well. And mind you, this hadn't even gotten on our radar yet that we would just start doing this every week, right? And just staying in touch with James and Pat, those guys are the owners. And they are on the same level with what they want to do with their business, why they're into the business. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just people with integrity and just great people that are trying to build something in the community. I think that's super important.
Yeah.
It's great. And it's great to partner with people like that, right?
Absolutely.
And it's great because I get to talk to these guys every week, and we get to business wise, get to like mastermind. Yeah. So, and it's neat, and it's turned into a partnership, right? So like now we're looking at other business opportunities together from our relationship with this.
Yeah.
So,
well,
wow.
You told us you committed to, you rent that truck every weekend regardless.
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you have an open house, if it's raining, if it's snowing and
freeze.
Right. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You rented out that ice cream truck for the year, every weekend. So I think it's one that's just a commitment to your partnership with those guys. Also, it's a commitment to your sellers that, hey, this always happens no matter what. I can guarantee the ice cream truck is going to be there. What happens when it's not there? What do you do?
So this has actually happened. And if you go and look us up on a Google review, there's a specific review that they were upset about this. So they have their food truck broke. Because they only had 2 trucks at recently. They just got a third. One is an antique truck. Well,
it's an antique.
It's an antique. It doesn't run constantly, and it has a bunch of issues and stuff, right? Well, it broke down, and they were short on stuff. So what they have is a cart that you can roll out, and they have it on trailer and all this other stuff.
Right.
And we did that. Well, there was about 3 weekends or so where it was out, and we were trying to scramble to do something about it. And so we used the cart instead.
Got it.
There's a Google review out there that he promised a food truck, and it ended up being just a cart. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have known. There's still 70 people that showed up to that open house.
Right on.
Yes, yeah. So it's great. Yes.
And you got a listing, probably. You got the offer on your house.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it was over ask. And
Yeah, right.
It's
So when you don't, what happens like when you don't have it? Let's say you don't have a listing or an open house, and
Sure.
when you do the truck.
so yeah, perfect. I'm glad you're guiding me. I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So we committed to making sure we did every weekend. If we don't have an open house, instead of canceling it and ruining an opportunity for them to continue to do business, right?
Yeah.
We just go ahead and park it at the community pool in one of the neighborhoods that we work in,
Wow.
and we just hand out free ice cream to everybody.
Come on. Right.
Yep.
So
What an excuse just to plug yourself into the community.
Yeah, it's great. And what's funny is we've actually run into some issues with that with HOAs. Like some HOAs actually got upset with us because I don't believe that. Like giving out free ice cream to the community, and there's a problem with that. Yeah.
There needs to be a HOA tax.
Yeah, there does. So we've worked some things out with some local HOAs in order for us not to have this issue again. But yeah, it's funny that that's how it works out. But
Yeah.
the community loves it because obviously they were outraged when the HOA started giving us a mess. So
right on. We got fans.
Yes,
right?
we've got fans.
We have
Raving
fans.
Raving fan.
Right.
That's awesome.
Well, and I know it's not like you just go to any community to do this. I mean, you're very specific, right?
Yes.
So
yeah, we work pretty much in League City in general. We have a couple. We're the 2 neighborhoods. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. The 2 neighborhoods that we're going to focus on this year are going to be Hidden Lakes and Victory Lakes. We get so much love from both of those neighborhoods.
Right.
We've just decided that we're going to go ahead and narrow down where
Yeah.
we're sending the love.
Yeah.
And then as we get more, so this is the other best part is that as we generate more revenue for ourselves, we can give back more, right? And so that's really what we're trying to push, and we're trying to narrow. That's why we're narrowing down so that we can save a little bit more money so we can give a little bit more.
What does that give look like?
I mean, in whatever way.
Okay.
I mean,
Is it like more events?
oh yeah, more events. Yeah. So we do 2 big client events, and this is kind of selfish for us because it's our clients, right? Last year we did Houston Dynamo. We rented out the entire Heineken Star Bar and invited everybody that we'd done a deal with, and just even friends to come and absolutely, absolutely. So we did that last summer. That was expensive, but it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was great because we got to introduce a bunch of people to professional soccer around here that normally don't go.
Right.
And so that was really exciting for me because I'm a huge soccer fan.
Yeah.
And then the other thing we do is a fall fest, and we started it this year. It was not what we anticipated it to be. Next year is going to be a bigger deal. But what we're going to do is family photos, or what we did was family photos for free.
Yeah.
And we had like donuts and cider and some other stuff, but we want to add like hay rides and like all kinds of just fun stuff for the kids, like face painting and stuff like that. So that's next year will be our fun.
Yeah.
But this year, what we're going to do instead of the Dynamo is we're going to do Houston Astros opening day.
Oh goodness.
We're going to,
yes.
yeah.
Wow. That's a big gift.
Yeah. So as much money as we can generate revenue wise, the more we can give back.
Right.
Now, and this goes to anything like we give to local soccer teams, football programs, just whatever comes along that we feel passionate about, we're happy to give. So one of the things that we did is Clear Life Media this past year did this thing where they focused on the Galveston County teams that don't normally get a lot of exposure and gave them a game of the week.
Yeah.
So like Hitchcock, Santa Fe, Galveston Ball, all of those schools that normally don't get that coverage that a lot of the suburban schools in Houston get like weekly, they got that coverage where they had a live broadcast. So we donated to that and put some money into that. And because I'm passionate about those kids getting some exposure, right?
Right.